does not directly mention it. The Supreme Court has said so. Article 15 along the same line talks about special measures and affirmative action by the state for SEBC, socially and economically backward classes. And it is important when we go to the courts to influence the courts and to insist that persons with disabilities are in the socially and economically backward category. Article 16 talks about equality in public employment. But there again, in fact, the 3% reservation in the Disabilities Act comes under Article 16 because Article 16 says there's equality, yes, but when there are people who are historically unequal, then affirmative action can be taken to bring them on par with those who are not disadvantaged in the same manner. And Article 19 and 21, right to life and liberty, the Supreme Court has repeatedly said, and the High Courts have also said, that these are not just rights of bare existence. This is a right to live a meaningful life and an inclusive life and a life of dignity. And that, coupled with directive principles, also forms a very good legal foundation. So even before the Persons with Disabilities Act and the other acts came into force, the Constitution of India itself, and also the interpretation of the Constitution of India in various judicial pronouncements, has given a whole set of rights. The UNCRPD was ratified by India in October 2007 and has therefore acquired legal force in India. And as Professor Gandhi said, should also be brought to bear in terms of our either convincing the government and other providers to follow the provisions, or if they don't follow the provisions, then to have to go to the court if necessary. Judicial pronouncements. These are also very important. In Delhi, we have been very lucky that the Delhi High Court has had a number of cases which have come before it regarding affirmative action and discrimination against a person with disability. And there have been some really excellent judges who have understood the issue quite well and have an inherent desire to pass enabling judgments. Justice A.K. Sikri is currently the acting Chief Justice of the Delhi High Court. And if you read any of his judgments, it is quite amazing how much he puts regarding the need for affirmative action and inclusion. I recall one case, Railways versus Jagmohan, where Railways was refusing to give a blind person reservation in promotion, although it is mandated by both the Disability Act as well as, at least in Group C and D, in the regulations under the Act. And one of the opening paragraphs of the judgment of Justice A.K. Sikri was that Mr. Jagmohan, the petitioner, may be blind, but it is a railway that lacked vision. So we can rely on these judicial pronouncements also to help us as we go forward. We all know about the Persons with Disabilities Act. I will not say much about it. The 3% quota is very important in terms of an enabling provision. Can I request you just to hang on to your question for just another?
Sir, I request you, sir, please, अगर आप अंग्रेजी में आप ट्रांसलेट करें तो कुछ हिंदी वाली सी राज्य की है, उनके लिए सर हिंदी में थोड़ा सा ट्रांसलेट अगर हो जाए कुछ पॉइंट जो हम लोगों को समझ में आए। जैसा हम लोग भी इनको सपोर्ट करते हैं, हिंदी में भी होना चाहिए।
Yes, yes. I have to apologize. For the remaining slides, I'll just pause briefly after the slide, and you might just encapsulate one or two points in Hindi. I think she would do a better job than I would, especially when it comes to legal terms. I mean, ordinary layperson Hindi is one thing, but then using legal language is another level of difficulty for me.
Not to say that my legal